Hey, it's Mary, and I'm back with my first ever Traveler's Notebook project. And this is for Citrus Twist Kits. And I cut out the first part of my video, so that's why I didn't have like a little hello. Normally, I have a hello in the beginning. And it's because on the Citrus Twist blog, there's 2 tutorials already for how to make your Traveler's Notebook insert that I didn't realize was there. So I'm going to put links down below so that you can go check it out and learn how to make your own Traveler's Notebook insert. And I've done this before. I do have a Traveler's Notebook that I use for like calendars and just random thoughts that go in my head. And I keep that in my purse. So I also do like church notes in there and prayer requests in there. And so I get to track like the people who I'm praying for and see how God answers that, and also to track that in my own life. So anyway, I have done Traveler's Notebooks before, but I haven't ever done a scrappy type Traveler's Notebook insert. So as you're watching me build the title on my Traveler's Notebook insert, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the reason why I'm doing this this project. So my family and I, we have decided that we are going to be moving, and we're going to be moving home, which is our home. So closer to family and friends in our community there. For those of you who have been following us for a long time, you'll know that we do ministry. My husband is a pastor here in our town, and we have been living here for 7 years and doing ministry. And he has had knee issues and complications, so now he's partially disabled. And so we just need to move to a place that has a little bit more of a family support for us, because it's a huge change in our life to have a partially disabled person in our home, and especially when it's the second half of the adulting. So as we are here and as we are ending our time here in our town, this is our children's home. And even though it might not be home for us, it is our children's home. Abby has never lived anywhere else, and Isaac was 1.5 when we moved here from our previous home. So I really have been feeling the tug to take more pictures of our home and the little quirks in this town and the things that we love to do, and more kind of scenery photos, and journal about those feelings when they happen. So I want to do a Traveler's Notebook insert for each season that we are here, and I've been taking pictures since summer, but I thought since this is fall, I would go ahead and start with the fall and share that with you guys. So with all of that being said, that's the reason for this Traveler's Notebook, and I'll have 3 more that I'll put in, and then I'll eventually make a cover for. And all of this is just so that they know where they came from, and that they'll have pictures and memories to be able to look back on. So now that I have all of the goodness down for kind of my title of this Traveler's Notebook insert, I am going to go ahead and take some score tape and put it down on the front cover. And I use score tape instead of my ATG because it's a little bit stronger. I don't want it falling off. And I also made sure, as you saw, to sew down those thickers after even gluing them, because I really don't want them coming off. So now that I have that part down, I'm going to take my Pebbles stamp. This is an alphabet stamp. It also has numbers on it as well. And I'm going to go ahead and date it on this Citrus Twist exclusive. This comes as a sheet of cut-aparts in your main kit. And I'm going to use that label and place it right down underneath fall. What I stamped underneath the fall was Sunnyside, which is where we live. And I stamped it 3 times, and I just made sure that one of them was really showing. I really liked just the added look of that kind of typed, stamped look. So now what am I doing? I'm taking this really beautiful paper from the Crate Paper Carousel collection, and I'm going to fussy cut out some of these banners, and I'm going to play around with it, and then I'm going to change my mind. But I kept this process in so that you can see my process as I'm doing things. And I also really love this idea of using these as little bullet points for your traveler's notebook insert. And that's why I kept it in case you wanted to take that idea and use it for your own insert. So what I'm doing now is changing directions 180 degrees. I'm not even going to go with the banner look as a bullet point. And what I did was I sewed a pocket. So I'm going to make a little journaling spot. And what I realized is that this story that I want to tell for the introduction of this, book is going to be pretty long. It's going to be heartfelt and a pretty long story as to the reason why I'm doing this. And so what I did is I sewed up a little pocket, and I'm going to eventually make a little card that I'll stick into the pocket. But as I'm doing this, I'm looking for ephemera pieces. These ephemera pieces are from Paige Evans' new Turn the Page collection, which is perfect for this because we are going to be moving, and her collection was based on moving changes in her own life. So I'm really loving having these bits of pieces and reminders of embracing that future and embracing that change. So what you saw me do is take that piece of ephemera that says inhale the future, exhale the past, and I went ahead and I cut it up. And I'm not afraid to change ephemera pieces from their original intention or original look. And what I got out of that were a couple of extra pieces that I could use, one as kind of a little tab on this card that I made. And then I went ahead and glued a piece of ephemera that I cut in half, which was just florals. And then I'll go ahead and I'll add the little frame behind that, the floral frame behind that, and make this little cluster. And I really like how that turned out. So don't be afraid to cut up your ephemera and use it in a new way. It doesn't have to be the way that it was originally designed, and you can really make your ephemera pieces stretch more if you just think outside the box. So you're going to watch me go ahead and glue everything down, and then you'll watch me rip it all back up because I add in a piece of washi from the washi book, and that came in the sprinkles kit. And it was just too tight up at the top, so I have to end up moving everything down, and that's kind of the downside of using glue instead of a temporary adhesive, but I really wanted it to stick, and so I didn't have a problem ripping it up, and anything that kind of ripped the paper underneath was all covered up anyway, because I only needed it to be moved down just a tiny bit to make room for that washi piece that I end up using. So right now I'm just kind of building a cluster up at the top here, and I really loved the strip that had all of the words on it. It said change is good, let life surprise you, new beginnings. All of that really fit with where I was going in my journaling. So I go ahead and I do end up using some of the banners that I cut out of that paper. That's from the Maggie Holmes Carousel, Maggie Holmes Carousel collection. I really love how the colors all go together, and they're all from different collections. And so I end up using those, and then I'm going to go ahead and add little teeny tiny stars to kind of make bullet points. And then what do I do next? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the washi. But no, what do I do? Do I journal? I think of new things. Why am I thinking of new things? Okay, I'm going to journal. Let's journal, shall we? So I'll go ahead and read to you guys what this is because I believe in sharing our hearts so that we can encourage one another. I put down where we are home is where we are together. As we approach the end of our time here in Sunnyside, one lesson I have learned is that no matter where we go, we make our home in our hearts. We look for opportunities for God to surprise us. Often, as fall can feel like the end of a life, it really is the beginning, and we wait for new buds to bloom again in the spring. This is our last fall here, and we will go into it knowing we have surprises and excitement around every corner. We will enjoy our home, our children's only home, their first home, with a sweeter appreciation for life as we know it is going to change. This is our story. So now that I have journaled all of that, and you see me right now struggling to rip up that little cluster that I made, and then you see that it leaves behind some of the back of the ephemera. It does not look ruined at all, and it was kind of scary to do this, but I was really slow and really careful, and you don't even see it in the end that I ripped it up. It's all covered up anyway. Don't let your product intimidate you, I guess, is the lesson that we all need to learn here. Sometimes I feel like if I put it down and then I rip it up, it's just going to ruin the whole thing, but it turns out exactly how I want it every single time. I don't think I've ever ruined a piece. So now I'm going to go ahead and cover up the areas that I don't want to have some color shine on. I'm going to use Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine. I'm going to just sprinkle it everywhere so that if you were to take the card out, there would be something behind it. And then it just kind of peeks out a little bit. I really like that gold color. And then I thought I was going to be done, but I decided, you know what, I need to add a picture. I need to add a picture to that inside cover. And I really like the picture that I picked out. So this picture is of the canal, which is right down the street from us. This is what I drive over every day to come home. And that's Abby roaring in the background, in case you didn't know. This is my 4-year-old. And I'm going to just take some of the washi tape and use that as my tape to stick this down. I'm going to add a date stamp on it, and then I'm going to add some more of the star washi to this. I'm going to sprinkle it on the corners of the picture. I'm going to take a piece of it over to the other side, and that kind of ties it in to both sides. And then I'll do some journaling underneath. I'll say I stopped at the canal on my way home on the first day of October to take this picture. The colors of the valley in the fall, where the blue of the sky hits the brown earth, is just perfect. And that's going to be it for this spread. Thanks so much for stopping in. If you're new to our channel, I share this channel with my crafty bestie, Kira, and we love having you on our own crafty adventure. Go ahead and check out Citrus Twist Kits, because I think that you might enjoy using them. They're so versatile, and I have the main kit and the sprinkle kit. I'm using it in a traveler's notebook today. So go check it out. They have wonderful products and some really exciting stuff for November. Anyway, thanks for stopping in, and like and subscribe and leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!